hated that. Did you see the kill? Did you see the laughing joke movie? That's probably my least favorite of all the animated series movies.
It is weird.
It's the worst one. Not only that, but like literally Joker isn't even really Joker. They got Mark Hamill to play the Joker, and he's not the Joker. He's talking calm and saying riddles and saying like the worst shit ever.
You have like that where Bruce Timm has a really big thing he likes.
I hated it. I hated it.
Shouldn't be allowed to do.
I mean, allowed. He made it up, but
in other stories, that doesn't exist.
Of course not. I mean, in other stories, the story is Dick Grayson.
That shouldn't happen.
It's Dick Grayson who is really the love interest for Barbara Gordon, and for, like basically the love triangle between Barbara Gordon, Dick Grayson, and Starfire.
It's not a love triangle because there's no interest between. It's literally just a matter of when Dick was in the Titans, he had a thing with Starfire.
He almost got married to Starfire.
And going back to working with the Bat family, he ends up with Barbara.
He literally almost got married to fucking Starfire. If it wasn't for Raven going crazy over our father, they would have been married.
Within a certain timeline.
No, that's the main timeline. Like that's the Teen Titans.
That's the current main canon.
Well, you know what? You're right. What is it? It's past Rebirth. No more Rebirth. Did Rebirth even exist? Does it even exist anymore? Was that a thing?
I mean, that's the thing.
I hated Rebirth, honestly.
All of the old shit, which is a fucking mess of stuff, and then you have Flashpoint, which reset everything, and I believe
Flashpoint reset into Rebirth, and then after Rebirth, they went back to yeah.
Was it after Flashpoint it became?
You know what? You're right. There's something then Rebirth. Because I hated that. That's my least favorite. When they had fucking Superman and Wonder Woman being a couple. Just because they're like the strongest people. It made me mad. Because it's like, so Superman doesn't mess with what's her name?
So you had the whole pre-Crisis era.
Yeah.
When it started until 86, which you then had Crisis on Infinite Earths.
I love Crisis on Infinite
Earths.
Earths.
After that, everything kind of smushed together and you had a mess of mind stuff.
Well,
they again started to branch out.
Yeah.
And then after Crisis was the whole post-Crisis era of everything. And then Flash movie, I believe. Is
well, Flashpoint happened in like I think maybe the 90s or something with that one. I can't. Don't quote me on it particularly, but it definitely was like around that. New 52, that's what it was after Flashpoint. I hated New 52.
Where they kind of hit another reset button.
Yeah. Yo, what's going on, Omega? Yeah, no, they reset everything on New 52.
Rebirth was 2016.
Yeah.
Which might still be going on.
No. Rebirth isn't happening now. They went back to the original timeline because after that, there's like there's a Crisis. There's Final Crisis after that, and Final Crisis did shit, and then they had the whole metal DC Metal that did a bunch of crazy shit too. I mean, and I haven't done the entire map of DC Metal, but it's actually it looks really good. But like honestly, for me personally, like every like iteration of like the comics, they kind of wrap around each other to do different things and stuff like that, and it's really, I guess, just how you feel about it. I mean, for me personally, I just like the storytelling that DC does better. I feel like
because they make way more and quality animated content.
Yeah.
Marvel has a handful of actually good.
Because the animated series is like
things get ditched.
Yeah, the animated series is probably Batman. The animated series is probably one of the best pieces of animation I've ever watched. Like that's the X-Men. The X-Men cartoon was excellent, but honestly, I still base half my knowledge on it. I haven't watched that, and I refuse to. Storm's fucking Magneto, and Gambit dies. How you gonna kill Remy LeBeau? How you gonna kill Remy LeBeau?
You have like 50
He dies most of the time, doesn't he?
No, not all the time. He's one of the teams.
But in the same vein of all of that, you have like 15 different Spider-Man shows.
I love the original one that
Most
came
of them
out.
are like mid.
The one that came out around the same time as as Batman animated series was a masterpiece. And whenever I think of Spider-Man lore, that's the Spider-Man I think of. I hate
Like,
Kid
yeah,
Spider-Man.
You have.
I hate Kid Spider-Man. That's shit's garbage to
I'll
me.
chase you to the ends of the earth.
The one where like
You can't escape me, shocker.
yeah. The one where
Well, yeah, like you have Spider-Man, the 67 to 70.
not that
Yep.
one. That one's okay.
That's
Read some of that.
I'm talking about the '90s one.
Then you have Spider-Woman.
The
Spider-Man 82.
Spider-Man and Friends.
Spider-Man is
Yeah.
Amazing Friends with Firestorm and Iceman.
High Spider.
Spider-Man.
Do you know what's funny about that? Firestorm wasn't supposed. They made up Firestorm because who was supposed to really be there was Johnny Storm from the Fantastic Four. But they
Yeah,
stopped.
because he was there before the Fantastic Four existed.
Yeah, and they didn't do it because they were afraid kids would light themselves on fire to be fucking Johnny Storm. So they changed it to Firestar.
Like, Marvel just has so much slop.
They have a lot of slop.
Their animated, like, catalog.
The last
Yeah,
thing I
'cause
saw
they
that
get a new thing all the time. I really liked X-Men Origins Wolverine.
that was the
One
one.
season.
Yeah, there are so many.
The
shows on
Origins
here that get,
Wolverine.
like,
Wait,
one
you mean the one with
like,
where fucking Sabretooth is his goddamn brother? I hated that
Not the
shit.
movie.
Oh yeah, that's the.
Not the movie, the animated series.
I don't
You
think
have-
I saw that
It's
one.
post-war. Yeah, it only got one season.
Silver
It's
Surfer.
Xavier's knocked out, and Wolverine is trying to hold the team together.
Oh
while
my
Magneto
God.
just continues to be winning because Xavier's is knocked out.
I think. Wait, is it? It's the animated version, right?
Yeah, they got one season.
I think I just found the best show to ever exist.
Well, Adventure Time.
Fred and Barney meet the Thing. It's one season, 13 episodes.
13 episodes! How can you make 13 episodes out of that?
It's 13 episodes of each episode being a 2-segment show. So it's 26 segments.
Oh my god. Oh my god, are you serious?
Barney meets the Thing.
Wait, the Thing from the Addams Family or from Fantastic Four?
The Thing, as in the Rock Man.
Oh wow. The worst man in the team to be part of?
What is this show? But yeah, there's like so many shows on here that are just like one season, 13 episodes. Because they like start and then just get dropped. Because
Yeah, they
they're
just try
not
whatever.
successful.
Well, that's the
they
thing,
don't
like,
get successful enough, or
Mar-
they get a new deal with someone else. Because I think that's what happened to X-Men Origins Wolverine.
that's
Just
what
someone
happened to
else bought the
Spider-Man and
license.
half of everything else.
And then they just like renamed it and restarted it.
They were going out of business, so they like literally went, listen, we're just gonna keep throwing shit at the wall until something sticks. And I mean, I give them some kind of credit for that, but for me personally, like, not a humongous fan of a lot of the stuff that they come out with. Oh my god, this guy's so
Yeah.
bad.
Makes sense.
I mean, for me, for Marvel stuff, the X-Men animated series was top notch. I like the Spider-Man show. I even like the Hulk cartoon was pretty good because that introduced a lot of things about the Hulk that never really get brung up or spoke about, like the leader, and like it made the government like more of like a villain trying to like get his blood and all this kind of crazy shit. Like, then they had like little ones like Ghost Rider, and Blade didn't really have a show, but he was part of that Spider-Man thing.
Yeah.
It was really like the Spider-Man and the X-Men that had like really great shows. But I mean, DC kept going. Like the Batman animated series, Superman the animated series, fucking the Teen Titans, then the fucking the Justice League Unlimited, and the fucking Young Justice. Oh my god. Young Justice is a fucking masterpiece.
Well, yeah. I mean, but like, even then, that's
Part of that is the
standalone
rights being
project.
owned by one company.
What?
So I
Yeah.
think part of that's the fact that the rights are owned by the company.
Yep.
Whereas
DC
Marvel
owns
cut
every
its-
character.
Yeah, Marvel got
Yeah.
cut up, and then the X-Men kept trading hands
Yeah.
before it settled at Fox
Like, even
and
still
stuff like that.
today, Sony owns a bunch of like Spider-Man and then like a bunch of random stuff.
Yep.
Well, and
Yes,
then, like,
they do.
someone else owns Fox, which is why there hasn't been a
Mhm.
Hulk, which is why there
Yeah.
hasn't been
That last Hulk
Rock
movie was
yet.
trash.
She-Hulk.
That last
Yeah, Disney owns them.
Hulk movie was trash.
Well, there was no Hulk.
Yes, it was. Ed Norton as fucking Bruce Banner.
The one
That
with
was-
Abomination.
That was the worst
Okay,
one.
Yeah.
That shit sucked.
The
Like-
Incredible. No. Yeah, The Incredible.
How do you have that was the least Diesel Hulk there ever was. Like, it made me mad. Like, and everyone was like, "Oh, it's good." It's like, no, the Hulk isn't cut. He's bulky. He's the Hulk, for fuck's sake.
Like, Universal is who owns the Hulk, which is why Disney hasn't bothered to make
There we go.
any Hulk movies or Hulk.
I actually like the Ang Lee Hulk, the one from the earlier ones. It actually did what the Hulk does.
2005 or whatever.
Yeah, like he literally he got bigger as he got madder. He's like leaping from crazy places to get to other places. Like, it was the definitive Hulk to me. And then everyone hates that one.
You think?
Every person I talk says they hate the Ang Lee Hulk.
Oh.
But is the closest to being actual
Like, I
Hulk.
don't like specifically how he looks.
He looks better than
Some of the times,
he looks better than most of the other Hulks, in my opinion.
but that's not necessarily like
No, that's
the
not.
fault of that. I think it's more the fault of the time. But, like,
Yeah.
I think we could do way better now.
I mean, like when he was getting shot in the bullets, and he's just getting bigger
Yeah,
and
there's a bunch
bigger
of cool
and
stuff,
bigger. Like visual wise, that's the best Hulk's ever been.
Yeah, he's the most hulky.
He's the most
for what
Hulky.
he's doing.
I
I-
will say though, DC does like they have a lot of really good shit, but they do have some flaws. Like most of it's just like really old shit that like
Like what?
like there was an Aquaman show that had 36 episodes.
I don't remember that.
It came out in
It was in the like
68 through 70.
Yeah. I would say that was the early 70s, right? I saw some of that
Yeah, 68, 70, where it's like, I'm sure it's not.
with like the Wonder Kids. I'm pretty sure he teamed up with them, didn't he?
Yeah, I mean, it's attached to like the Super Friends proper, like
Yeah,
in that realm, where it's like
he teamed up with Bucket of Water.
good.
Yeah.
But, like
Form of bucket of water.
it's probably okay, and for the time, it was considered decent. But
Yeah,
looking back on it, it's like,
that's when Spider-Man was fighting Brick Wall Man.
First off, everyone knows Brick Wall Man is a true threat.
I mean, or you could just
He was. That was like 3 comic issues hyping up to the Brick Wall Man. How are we supposed to beat up the Brick Wall? You can't punch him.
Hey, counterpoint. DC has a character just named Brick.
See, there we go.
Yeah, he does. There
They
is.
probably haven't used him yet because he's too powerful.
Well, he's a Green Arrow villain, and I do remember him being in. He's
The
been in
duo
Young
show?
Justice.
Yo, I'm chilling, Omega. Not bad, man. We just playing some Omega Strikers, trying to not be an embarrassment to myself and others, while talking about comic book stuff. I mean, there's so many obscure Marvel DC characters.
Oh, Brick was in Arrow.
Oh, was he? Actually, I love the Arrow
He was
too.
a non-meta like gang leader.
I'm not gonna lie. I really enjoyed the Arrowverse and all that shit. On it, like they did a really good job with like more along the line. They did a better job with like the Flash than the Arrow, because I think the only.
I mean,
Hmm?
at one point I watched through it all, and I watched it all in release order.
I watched it as they came out.
Well, I was doing that too with a lot of it,
Mm.
but I went back and started watching it in release order. And I mean, Arrow's a good show the whole way through.
I don't know. I don't like the last ending part when they got Mr. Miracle and he's some kind of weirdo. Like, Mr. Miracle is Mr. Terrific is such an iconic character, and the kind of way they put him out there, I didn't really like.
I mean, the character was relative, like, he's a tech guy.
Yeah, but like
And that's what he was. He's
Yeah,
a tech guy who took up a suit or took up a mantle.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta forgive me. Like, I just think they didn't give him the reference that I felt this character kind of deserved.
It's CW level character. Like, everyone except the main character of the show is kind of like second fiddle, and that's how everything is treated.
Yeah, and even how they did Killer Frost, that was so weird to me. Like, Killer Frost.
Killer Frost was fine. I think it was done well.
No, man, she's not like a double personality person. She's literally Killer Frost is Killer Frost.
Yes,
she's not like a good person, and then she turns into Killer Frost.
I mean, yeah, but again, it's the same thing of like what I said before, where it's like it's different interpretations that the authors of offshoots come up with that are their own interpretation of it. Like a prime example is like Arrow. Arrow doesn't act like Green Arrow a lot. He's more like just Batman that looks like Green Arrow.
Yeah, I'll give it to you.
They couldn't make a Batman show, and so they made a Green Arrow show.
Yeah.
That doesn't make it bad, it just makes it a different interpretation. Caitlin Snow being Killer Frost and her being a good person, and then has a repressed...
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't like it. Just wasn't a fan.
And then had this personality that was a literal split personality that then learned to coexist with one another.
Yeah.
I thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't like so much of the Flash.
I didn't like that it kept recycling the same guy over and over as the villain. It kept being Earbathon or the guy with the glasses. I think they just liked that actor, so they kept bringing him back. Yeah, but they kept bringing back that same actor every season. They kill him. He die in this big traumatic end, like in one season, and then he just comes back. We need the same guy. Let's get him from a different universe. It's like, just let it go. Let him go.
The whole point is that
Harrison Wells, yes, yeah.
Character.
And I think he's a completely made-up character. I don't think he was ever in the comic books.
Harrison Wells.
I don't think he was ever in the comics. Because I read a few Flash comics, and he is definitely, well, first off, Flash doesn't have like a team of people working with him. Like Francisco Ramon, I mean, Vibe is a dope-ass character, but Vibe doesn't work for the Flash. Vibe was his own character, which honestly, I loved when they brought Vibe into it. I was like, oh, my man, Vibe? Let's go! But like, he definitely didn't work for the Flash. Flash is like a lone superhero. Like, he's a genius. He doesn't really work with others.
Yes, Harrison Wells was an original character for the Arrowverse.
Yeah, I thought so.
Like, that doesn't change, like...
No, it doesn't change that
he's just a scientist, or the head scientist at Star Labs. That can literally just be named anything.
Yeah, but they kept going back to that well.
Yeah,
every season they had Harrison Wells in the team.
Because in The Flash, the show, that character was an integral part of the core group.
Until he died, and then you move on. But they never did. They just kept bringing him back.
A new one shows up, and you have to wrestle with, like...
You don't have to explain to me how that works, but I felt they could have just moved on. Because after a certain amount of times, that character sacrificed himself multiple times as the ending story plot, and it's like... what does it matter? They're just going to bring back another Harrison Wells.
I don't get most of how the Flash can have villains.
Well, I mean, Godspeed, fucking Reverse Flash.
I mean,
There's a couple
other-
really good
other-
ones.
Yes, specifically the other speedsters. Every other episode that is someone that is not a speedster doesn't make sense to me.
I don't like how they
Unless
had
it was-
the smart guy. That was just a dumb season. I forgot the dude's name. He was like the genius guy, and like I don't know.
I think that was
But I
like
think I saw the first or maybe the first 2 seasons.
I think the Thinker was like
Was
Because,
he
yeah,
the
I
thing?
did like
Was it the
Reverse
Thinker?
Flash.
yeah, it was the Thinker.
I didn't mind Reverse Flash because the Reverse Flash is really not only one of
Yeah,
the biggest threats
that's what I mean.
for Flash, but one of the biggest threats to the entire DC universe. Because in DC, there's characters that are threats to like our hero, and then there's threats that are like threats to anyone who sees this person. Like Black Adam is a global alert. If you see Black Adam, it is a problem for everybody, not just the Teen Titans, not just for Superman, for anyone he comes across. Because you can't fuck with Black Adam. Kind of, but like he's
Black
just
Adam is literally just a Shazam villain. He is
Because
just
like
yeah, but
opposite
Shazam is incredibly powerful. Shazam is one of the alpha dudes in the DC universe.
I mean,
So
yeah, but it's like the same vein of it being like everyone's main villain is obviously strong enough to beat a bunch of other people if the main hero like
not
yeah,
everybody.
If you're a lower tier than the hero, like a Superman villain gets to beat up most other heroes' villains.
Yeah, because
And
Superman's
Superman's
like higher than most
Yeah, or
villains.
like-
But like let's
Exactly.
say
So a Flash level villain has to be really high because the Flash is the Flash.
no, the weird part about Flash is that he has a weird rogue set because he does have ultra highs, but he has ultra lows like Kite Man and
Which is what I'm talking about.
which
It doesn't make any sense for any of the lows to do anything ever.
I mean his rogues gallery in particularly isn't that
Similar.
dangerous.
well,
Like
what it comes
Superman fighting a normal bank robber.
Well, he
Superman
doesn't
can
fight
do
a
that.
normal bank robber. He just lifts him up by the
Superman
collar
just
and
knocks
drops him into jail.
out.
No, he doesn't even hit him. He picks him up by his collar and lands him safely in the jail cell.
Yeah,
But see
that's what I
that
mean. Like that is what should happen with all of the lower level people.
it kind of is. But the thing is, like that's why that's why I like about Batman. Batman's rogues gallery, they're all people, but they're sick as fuck. So it's not like you can just
Yeah, because he's a low power hero.
Yeah, it's because Batman they are at a strength level where they are comparable to Batman. Batman's only characters that are in theory stronger than him, and that is purely in a physical sense.
Bane.
Is like Bane, Croc, and Clayface are the only ones who are stronger than Batman, but all of them come with the downside of having limited mental capacity.
Well, it's more along the line that he has Batman has higher mental capacity than them and have the technology to like go against it.
Well, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
where
but like
Bane is
if
really
Bane
strong, but when
was
he's on Venom,
normally strong, yeah.
not that
If he was
Bane's
any
a
of those
genius.
things- exactly, but he's usually not a genius while he is being strong.
Yeah, when he's on Venom, his mental capacity.
Because that's one thing a lot of people don't get with Bane. Bane is actually like super intelligent.
Yes, he
Yeah,
is,
he's
but
usually just
Venom-
not both at the same time, because then what's Batman supposed to do if this guy is smarter than you and also stronger than you?
Well, he can do the.
Clayface, the more he extends himself, the less.
The more he exerts himself, the harder it gets. But also, inherently, his weakness is his clay. Like you can do things, you can freeze it, you can like do like harden it.
Those are all things within Batman's wheelhouse.
Yeah.
The point is, like, Captain Boomerang.
For a Flash villain?
He is a Flash villain.
But
Yeah,
it's
but
like,
he's not really a Flash level villain.
he's a street level guy that, like, any street level hero could probably cut.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Green Arrow could take him out. Black Canary could take him out. He's not a threat, a global threat, like Darkseid or
Yeah.
Black Adam or.
have talked about this. Most of Spider-Man's villains aren't on Spider-Man's level. That's kind of the point.
No,
Yeah.
not most of
Where
them.
they're like slightly
Most of them.
powered, but not crazy.
The fact that the Sinister Six exists, and that Spider-Man
They're
can fight
horrible.
6 of them at the same time,
Because they're horrible.
means that most of them are below his level.
Yeah, they're horrible. They're literally the worst.
The Sinister Six is literally his 6 most powerful villains.
No,
Outside of the
Vulture?
symbiotes.
What are you talking about? Vulture isn't a fucking great villain.
I,
He's an old guy in a suit.
Yeah, but Doc Ock and Rhino and Shocker and stuff are
Rhino's
his like bigger villains.
Rhino. I don't think Rhino's just a bank robber, and he's just a guy in a suit. Like, unless you're talking about like the retcon versions, he's just a guy in a suit.
original Sinister Six.
Rhino, Shocker,
Vulture, Electro,
Mysterio.
Raven, Mysterio, and Sandman.
Yeah,
Sandman,
yeah.
maybe.
They're all like his.
But that's what I mean. Those are his strongest, really, outside of the symbiotes and stuff. Yeah, they're up there. He fights other people's villains too, like he fought the Juggernaut and stuff. But
Or
that's not a
like-
Spider-Man villain.
Ooh,
Juggernaut.
Juggernaut?
Like a
For
schmo
King-
and a
He's
waffle.
what, the Juggernaut?
Eric, New York
Yeah, he's not the Juggernaut.
No, cigar and a waffle. No.
a smoke and a waffle,
No, Bon and a
a
blitz.
brung and a blitz.
Well, there is no clue.
Shandy, what's going on? We're sitting here talking about superhero shit, which is
Like,
awesome.
the second iteration of it, they replaced Craven for Hobgoblin.
Craven, honestly, another just a guy who's just good at hunting things.
Like,
Shandy, we gotta go back and play Baldur's Gate this weekend, or at least on Monday or Tuesday when I have my day off. But
I think what happens with the Flash, why lower level villains can work, is because a lot of times you'll have this.
well, also because Flash is compassionate.
And
Also,
then,
like Flash's villains are almost always like they're not all bad and they're not all there. Like the Toyman isn't all there. Like
I think generally most of Flash's villains are they are cog. It's not Toyman where the dude is actually insane, or like Batman where most of Batman's villains have some form of mental issues. But most of the Flash's main villains are just bad people.
well,
Or
yeah,
primarily bad people. Captain Cold's he's just a bad person.
he is.
Not
He
insane
is.
or anything. He's just a bad.
But you know, I always take it from the cartoon, like, because in the cartoons, they try to portray them more as like kind of like down on their luck kind of villains than anything. But they're not all like that. Gorilla
You
Grodd.
have the scene of Wally going and telling, is it Toymaster or is he technically Trickster?
Yeah, it's Trickster. To go like, oh, it's like you're not taking your meds. Yeah,
Wearing the costume again. Go home. Start taking the meds again.
yeah, like
okay. But that's not all or even most of it.
No, it's not. Just got back from rolling my new D&D character. Oh, sick! Suddenly officially in my personal D&D days. Oh, that's sick! You started a D&D campaign? Man, I honestly, this is my first time playing it, like playing Pathfinder, and I'm so grateful to like Untina and everyone for like fucking helping me with that, because I had no idea that like even my character could exist. So like I'm super excited about that. I would love to play D&D.
I'm so excited
with
about
them.
a vigilante.
About your what vigilante?
Hmm?
What do you mean vigilante?
I said I'm excited about a vigilante.
Are you?
Yeah,
Nice.
vigilante is the mix. Like it has.
Oh, it's a new system.
No, I mean yes, but not that new.
Hmm.
It's just it has baked in social abilities
Oh.
because it's for those types of campaigns.
Oh.
So that's it.
Yeah, like
Sounds cool to
So
me.
it has like specific rules for like I am going to spend 10 minutes in this bar using my power, Ears of the City, to hear what's up with the city. Sort of a thing.
Oh. That sounds cool.
Which, like, maybe I do kind of want to look into it more than talk with Keenap and then maybe you as well.
Oh, by the way, they added Mecha Godzilla and King Kong in Fortnite, and I bought them immediately. No! God damn it! If I ever see goddamn Godzilla do the goddamn gritty, I will lose my goddamn mind. Godzilla don't need to be in Fortnite as a playable character. They already got Hatsune Miku in there, and I like Miku. I get to do Brazilian Miku, but Godzilla, why should he be there?
But like, kind of what we were saying before, with like, the prime example is literally just like Superman villains. Like,
Yeah.
no one other than a Superman level character can fight most of Superman.
Well, I'll put it. Did you ever see the episode of Batman? No, I guess it was Justice League Unlimited, where like the dude came to like fucking fight Superman and he wasn't there, and he just literally demolished the entire like group.
What, Mongrel?
I think it was even Mongrel. He was like a general, and he like he got turned into like some super soldier dude, and he was like trying to fight Superman, and he wasn't there, so like everyone else had to fight him, and they're like, no one could, and he just walks away at the end. He's just like, you know what?
Mongrel.
He's like, fine.
It's like, no, like, the main Superman villain is like, sure.
Main Superman villains is like Mr. Mxyzptlk, Darkseid, Lex Luthor,
Like,
alien threats. There's a lot of alien threats in
Doomsday, Mongrel.
Any suggestions? I'm gonna be part bard, so I'm writing some shanties. I mean, what is the good pair up with bard? Isn't it like something with like high charisma or something, like, right? Or
Bards are just charisma class.
yeah, but
Yeah, give
you can
buffs
mix
and
them with something
talent.
else, can't you?
I mean, you could play for D&D. You could like multi-class like bard, paladin.
Octopus pet as a druid. Oh, I almost went Malfoy just for a druid. Oh god. But yeah, no, like honestly, Paul Dini actually had this really incredible thing when I was watching the Batman animated series, like behind the scenes. It was like a formula for writing Superman stories, because they were like, you can't write a regular Superman story because he could just win. It's easy for Superman to win, so you have to write it so that like Batman and Superman is either not there, or that the threat is so dangerous that Superman gets taken out. That's how you have to write like a Superman story, because in it of himself, he's too powerful to just be like, oh yeah, well, this one random asshole is like gonna beat him, like, because it can't. So like there's definitely something to what you're saying, but I feel that like Superman, when there's a good Superman story to be told, it's good. It's really good.
It's because a good Superman story requires focusing on elements outside of just, oh, Superman just goes and fights the guy. It has to be more.
Yeah, it has to be a problem that can't be punched.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, did
Which
you
means it
saw the
required
cartoon movie with him
General
versus
Flame.
like the
How that
was like the
works.
British superheroes? What were they? I forgot what they were called.
But I mean, I think it's the same thing with all superheroes, though. It's
No,
superhero stories are more interesting when the solution isn't just go fight the guy.
Well, that's why I like the
But
Teen
you have-
Titans cartoons, and the comics for Teen Titans are some of the darkest in comics, because the Teen Titans are usually, they're kids and they're going against like, their villains are worse. Like they're fucking against like, what's his name? Slade.
Trigon?
No, Slade. Fucking.
Oh yeah, Slade, the guy who manipulated a teenage girl.
Yeah, and slept with a kid. I mean,
Romantically attracted to her so that she would infiltrate the Teen Titans.
and he killed her. Like, I mean, like, there's a lot of dead Teen Titans. There's a lot of dead Teen Titans. A lot of them.
Well, yeah.
Connor, Ken.
Again, it's the stories
'Cause
are
they're
more
children.
interesting when
And-
it isn't just go punch the bad guy, and when it's
they're children too. Like it's so they're going against people that they have no business going against. It's like, oh wait, I got my ass handed to me by Batman. Oh, let's go fuck up Robin. He's in fucking Jump City. Fuck that guy. We're going after these kids.
I mean, the Teen Titans show, you have like, I feel like Teen Titans also has a decent amount of similar age range characters, though.
Oh yeah, because they're teens.
I mean, you have, at least in the show, you have like Hive, where all of the Hive characters are.
Well, they did set that up. In real life, in the comics, Hive is actually like they're older too.
Well, sure, but
like, I mean, Brother Blood, I mean, fucking Slade is a big part of the lineup because Slade, that's how Rose Wilson, like Slade's daughter, gets involved with the Teen Titans and shit. And like in them, like he has a son called Jericho who has all kinds of crazy psychic powers, and he's insane. Like the Teen Titans were just great, and honestly, after that, there was a thing called the Titans, where it's like the Titans that made it, that didn't die, they formed their own team called the Titans, and it's like Dick Grayson and fucking Kid Flash, who's now called, I forgot what his name is from out of that. His name is like
wait,
Impulse, I think, or something.
Wally?
Rogue Bard, nice.
Bart. Which Bart is grandson.
He's his grandson.
Wallace is the black one who's like.
Wait, what? In the original, I didn't know there was even a black kid in. I thought that was only in the show. I don't remember there ever being a black kid.
There is Wally.
There's three. There's Wally, there's Barry, and then there's
Well, no.
No, it's Wally and Barry.
Two Flashes, or at least in the. There's three Flashes. There's old Flash.
Oh, that's Jay Garrick. Jay Garrick.
Then there's Barry, which is the original Earth 1 or main Earth Flash.
The main timeline Flash.
Wally, who takes over when
he's
Barry
in the
dies.
He comes from the future, and he's Barry's grandson.
Bart is Kid Flash after that.
Yeah, right. You're right. Bart.
I think Bart ends up with a different name as well at some point.
His name is Impulse.
Impulse, yes. But there's also, in the comics, there is Wallace West.
Yeah, I haven't
which
got
is a
to see him.
different one of Iris's uncle's kids.
Because they changed what is Iris now black in the in the things now too?
So
yo, Black Iris from that fucking
not
show
when-
is so bad. Oh my god, she is
not
so
when
fine.
Wallace West was originally added. So Wallace West, when he was he is
You're starting at level
father
15.
is Daniel West, who is the third Reverse Flash.
Whoa.
And so then Wallace R. West, or Wallace Rudolph West, the third.
The third.
He's another one of Iris's nephews, so he is just another cousin to Wally.
If you start at level 15 in D&D, you're gonna have so much spells and stuff to go over. That's crazy.
But he is like significantly younger.
I would imagine
like the
so.
same age range as Wally.
Because the new 52 got kicked off by Bart Allen. Because Wally disappeared during the 52, and then he came back in the new 52. Like, I have all of those comics. Like that. I followed everything since before Infinite Crisis. Like I have every.
Wallace was in some Teen Titans stuff in various things.
Yeah. I mean, I think I know what you're talking about.
It works as Kid Flash underneath Wally.
I mean, for me personally, again, like it's all about kind of the villain structure comparable to the hero. Like and again, for me, I think Batman has the best rogue gallery compared to anything, because Joker, Riddler, Scarecrow, these characters I feel are like they're so well fit to Batman that like it's just like a great fit. Like X-Men fight everybody. So like I don't know, their greatest villain, what, Magneto, Apocalypse, like I don't know, Mr. Sinister.
Look, Green Arrow clearly has the best villains.
Green Arrow,
where 80% of it is just other archers.
Yeah,
and,
Malcolm
like,
Merlin
really
and shit.
low-level meta powers.
I don't even think any of them. Damn, what is Green Arrow's rogues gallery? I don't know.
Merlin.
Malcolm
Prometheus.
Merlin. Oh, is Prometheus really a fucking Green Arrow villain? That feels like a global threat. He's a threat to anybody he comes across.
I mean,
Prometheus
he's
is
marked as
dangerous.
being a Green Lantern arch-villain.
Wow.
Clock King.
Oh
Count
god.
Vertigo.
Clock
Catman.
King, really? He's fought the Teen Titans a million fucking times.
Yeah, I mean,
I have to look that up. His villains and is Blockbuster one of his bad? Oh god.
no, I don't believe Blockbuster is.
I think Blockbuster might be a Dick Grayson Nightwing villain.
I think
Because after he had a fallout with Batman, Dick Grayson goes to Bloodhaven and becomes like his own. He becomes Nightwing there, and that's his city. And I'm pretty sure Blockbuster is one of the main kingpins of Jump City. Now, enemies are super high leveled too, but I'm joining later. 4 out of 5 other players are high level casters, so we need beef. It'll be an adventure I'm just so grateful to play again.
Hey man, what about Onomatopoeia?
Is that a person?
Yeah, is a supervillain who only speaks in sound effect words and his own name.
That's amazing. And his name is Onomatopoeia.
He uses expertise in martial arts to kill superheroes.
Who's he killed? He said to kill superheroes. That implies that he's had to do it at least once.
I'd have to look through all of the to see. Oh, here. Onomatopoeia one shot almost killed Connor Hawk.
What?
So.
Onomatopoeia, you sick fuck. I heard Onomatopoeia was a sick fuck. And his own name. That's a wild ass shit. But see, that's what I'm saying. DC has some
Rainbow
weird
Archer.
shit. Rainbow Archer.
Can't forget about Rainbow Archer.
Well, who could ever forget about Ranger Archer?
Hasn't appeared since 1977. Can't forget about him.
Did he fall into a rainbow machine?
I don't know. He just looks like a normal dude in a costume that has a rainbow on it. And a arrow.
He just looks like another rainbow.
Was an artist who had seen very little profit from his work, turned to counterfeiting to make ends meet. So he's just a counterfeiter with a bow.
Well, you know, the most dangerous people I know are counterfeiters. You know, that's the, you know, copyright infringement is one of the most dangerous things that can be,
Fair enough.
that could happen.
Can't forget about Slingshot.
First off, Slingshot's deadly.
Or Spider. Just Spider.
The Spider or Spider?
No. According to DC database, it's just Spider. There's a lot of different characters it looks like that have been Spider. I don't know which one is his.
Adventure Path.
Oh,
Oh
Oh my
yeah.
God, you can't forget about the Star City Slayer.
First off, no, you can't. Shandiana, Untina is like super good at dungeon mastering and shit. So like, he's the one to help me halfly make my character in Pathfinder, because that's what we're playing. We're playing like Pathfinder, and actually, I just couldn't believe how much like choices you get in Pathfinder. Like my character, again, I said this a couple of times. I thought my character was like, I thought I was just making up shit. Like a were-shark character, I didn't think I could actually do that. And then he's like, oh no, were-sharks are real. I was like, well, what? So I get to be a fucking unchained rogue were-shark skin changer, dude. It was like amazing. Oh, God.
The comic book stuff, it literally just all depends on like.
On the writer, like you said, it's true.
It's you have a character that has a pre-existing level of power, and then you can kind of fiddle with that a little bit, and then you have to use characters that aren't unbelievably too strong to beat, but also not like, why is this even an issue for him?
Well, that's always the kind of like the balance to like, okay, how do we make this a actual threat rather than just going like, you know, this person can do this or that. Were-shark makes good hydrokinesis too. Do they really? Well, see, like again, I made my character to the point where she grew up not knowing anything really about her origin as a character, and that she had to kind of live off the streets and kind of like learn
And pull herself out.
Yeah, and kind of pull herself out and be kind of like a like I don't know, Aladdin type, like street rat kind of thing, where you learn like she like observed from like the streets or from the shadows that like people can be easily manipulated through, you know, a pretty face or money or like the trappings of it. So like my character is more along the line of like, she detests all that shit, but she understands how you could use that as a tool. And that's kind of how my character works. Is like, okay, well, I know I look really good, so I know that let people's guard down. They don't suspect me, or they won't see it coming. And like, I've worked to get this angle and stuff. But like, again, my character kind of evolved since playing in this group, because like I kind of thought about that, and then like I was like, my character's gonna be kind of sneaky and try to get things done behind the scenes. But then like everybody in our group just doesn't give a fuck about anything Vixen does or says. So it's like, I feel like my character is like, she's like that, but then she got to the group and like everything she tries to scheme, like everyone's like, no one gives a fuck, Vixen, shut the fuck up. And it's like, fuck, like what, I can't scheme anyone. I can't tell anyone to do nothing. They don't give a fuck what she has to say. So like slowly and slowly, my character is kind of like dropping her facade. Huh?
You're doing stuff. But yeah, no, none of the characters care that you're hot, because you're the wrong race.
Yeah, I know, and that's what I'm saying. Like, none of the things that like Vixen uses to do things is relevant for anyone. So it's this point where it's like
You're doing it pretty good outside of the party.
yeah, I mean,
Like, you're getting quest details and stuff like that.
And
And
it's also just, it hasn't, like, that
Yeah, we haven't-
aspect hasn't been useful yet.
oh no, I completely understand it.
Trying to survive.
But I actually find it really interesting. Like, that's how my character's kind of like been shaping up to be like this character that's very like, I want to know things. I not necessarily a manipulator of things, but like my character,
Chopper Buffington.
yeah, like, and like now it's like, whatever. Like, no one gives a fuck. So I'm just gonna leave it at that, and be like,
I mean,
Try-
the other thing is, you were asking questions that no one has the
oh
answer
come
to.
on.
So it's just like,
But yeah, we literally didn't know.
it's just like, What do you want me to say? I don't know for the second time.
Yeah, but no one's even trying to know. Like, I mean, at a certain point, like, okay, no one knows. How do we get the answers to know? Because it's...
Find places. Yeah. Find people that might know. We have to interact with civilization first.
Yeah, we haven't really done that either.
Yeah, we're just now starting to.
Yeah.
And we're also in a section of the world where it's just like everything's
horrible.
very far away.
Yeah,
as
that
well.
too. It's my favorite place. You got
Where we
your
are now?
Eldritch horrors, you got your vampires, you got liches, you got werewolves, demons, adamantine rocket launcher spiders. It's all right.
Not adamantine rocket spiders. Those things are cool.
Yeah, giant robot spiders.
Taking stuff straight from Starfinder, I see.
Numeria's right there.
No, I know. Which is basically just Starfinder and Pathfinder, is it
Yep.
not?
Yeah.
And I mean, like, having it be like a were-shark, I try to add that into it, being more of like not knowing anything about her background, her origin, not seeing other were-sharks, and leaving it at like kind of like a fish out of water thing, almost like a plot hook, honestly. Because I keep putting in stuff about like things I've seen before to kind of put it as like a plot hook.
Well, yeah, how every rich person you've ever, we ever come across, like, oh, they must be a sexual deviant.
Yeah, well, again, like, because you see people, again, using people for all kinds of shit. Like, that's kind of how I look at my, like, a thing, like, oh, like, these people are trying to use people for this, or trying to use people for that, or they're, like, they're just fucking disgusting people. And again, it goes to the point where my character hates that, like, beauty and shit actually gets shit done. So it's more like, oh, wow. So that is like a sticking point. Like, no, this guy has power and
Did this guy just own gold?
yeah, he did own gold. I don't know why he did that shit. No clue. We had a good positioning there too. But like, I just find it. I try to have it interesting like that. It's like, oh no, like, not so much as like, oh, they're all sexual deviants, but it's like, no, these people use people.
Yeah,
They're
if
all-
a reading disappears, I'm coming back as a rich man.
Oh my god, come on. And like, I
Or
thought
he's
it
just
was
gonna have a heart
interesting.
attack and just be like, yep, dead. There's nothing you can do.
No,
I mean,
she's gone.
I'm
He's
pretty
dead, too.
close. If we hit 9th level, and I give you guys your share of the loot, so that my health goes back down to 30,
Oh my god,
I
seriously?
can kill myself in one fell swoop.
Well, why would you do that?
Because it's not
Because
his
I take
choice.
damage when I cast.
Do you really?
Yes.
Well, he takes damage if he overcasts, right?
So I
Nice.
built non-lethal, and I recently took the ability that the longer the fight goes, I can get bonus caster levels at the cost of 1d8 damage taken per
Jesus.
point per round when
Are
I
you
cast a
s-
spell.
are you
so
serious?
next level, I can take 5d8 damage when I cast a spell,
Holy
and I'm
fuck!
taking quicken spell. So I could take 15d8 damage
But why would you want
to
to do
cast
that?
3 spells. Depends on what I'm fighting.
Yeah, but like, why would you want that? Like,
Yeah, you can
like,
just
can you?
kill yourself. and,
Yeah,
like,
that's what I'm saying. Can
kill
you tell me about the mechanics about that? Like, why do you want to be able to kill yourself if you?
Oh, because the whole point of my character is the fact that I have too much magic for my body.
Oh, that makes sense now with the whole fucking demons in your stomach. Which is, again, creepy as fuck, my dude. I'm
Thank
not
you.
gonna lie. When you first did that, I was like, oh no, that's all wrong. And then you saw the little pictures of them. I was like, I don't like any of that.
Yeah. I love my little broodlings.
Don't
I-
call them that.
I
Don't
can
call
sacrifice
them
them now
that.
to survive.
So if they're up and you're about to die, you can just trade.
Yeah, I can make them eat an attack for me.
Not bad. Not bad.
I can't make them eat the attack that's me hurting myself with recoil, though.
The recoil always happens to you.
Yeah.
That's interesting as fuck.
But the whole point is supposed to be great power coming at a cost.
Great
As, like, a
responsibility.
weird eugenic.
Yeah, I definitely see that, and
Red
and the
for
whole thing
war.
with the dragon origin, like you're trying to kill your mom and shit. Like
I
that's
do wonder what would happen if you just died.
well,
Yeah.
we'll lose
The
our
only
big damage
story
dealer.
we have right now is tied to you.
Yes, it is.
No, I don't know about that. Everything with the that happened in the hells, all the
We don't have anything to go off of.
Yeah, we don't have anything to go off yet. The only thing that we have is the plot family thing and the screaming because of
Well,
the guy that's in.
yeah, I guess you're right.
And currently, I'm linking that to Eldritch horrors because those are my backstory.
Yeah, like, I mean, obviously, you know, if we just come up with something new, like,
Yeah.
that is currently the only plot. And, I mean, we can still go there, technically, and just be like, oh, hey, we're here in place of RE, let's see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind going to like my origin, the city, because like I was thinking that like I worked my way up to having like a tavern. I've been working on a name. I'm dead ass been working on a name for my tavern for like maybe 3 weeks. I couldn't think of a good name.
Issue?
Start a
Oh, woman in the shoe. Fuck off. I was thinking I was gonna call it the Ebony Siren because I can sing and shit, but then I was like, that's too on the nose.
I mean, that's something else we could do if we really wanted to. We could just go,
Yeah.
as a group, settle down somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only issue with going back to your city, like in a literal sense, is that you guys are in like Northern Europe. Like that's where we are. And your city is in the Red Sea.
Full of-
Yeah, I was reading that. Like it almost
Yeah,
feels like almost
kinda.
Arabic kind of, but like it's near
it's
an
the
ocean.
center of the world.
Yeah.
So it has the mix of like African influences in Egypt. Egypt is a separate thing because Egypt is like Egypt.
Tina, any suggestions on how to multi-class rogue bard? I only want a few points in bard so I can sing a song of rest and distract with performance checks. Can't decide what
I
instrument
wish.
yet. Still
actually
struggling
know
on
anything
which subclass for rogue. Not my usual class. Thinking dual wield daggers so far. Super. I mean, dual wield daggers is cool. And from what I remember, like I was looking into it. Like one of the best classes to multi-class with bard is rogue, because you get like a bunch of sneak attack stuff.
I
You
think
get
purely damage based, you'd be better off going rapiers over daggers. They're effectively the same thing, but more damage.
well, rogue is more about stabby one hit
Yeah,
does
yeah,
a
they
bunch of
just pierce.
damage.
Yeah.
Whereas ranger is more like all around, almost think over like ranger, almost
No,
like
no, no,
soldier
not
76.
No,
Not
I'm
ranger,
saying
rapier.
rapier over dagger.
Oh.
Like- Other than dagger being light, rapier is. I guess you probably.
Yeah, I try to turn up his volume all the way. It's hard to. I don't know. I'm sorry. Yeah, no, I mean, like, I would say maybe either double down on one or the other. Like, you have Bard, get like some of the more distracting things, like maybe Tasha's hideous laughter, stuff to like, you know, pull people off. But like Rogue, if you want to do like big damage, you know, sneak attack damage, stuff like that. Like those two classes on themselves are really good. In subclass, I don't really know a lot of subclasses, but there's like magic bards and all kinds of shit. Let me see something. What's the best subclass for Gale? What do they say? Evocation? Really? Yo, I love it. Me and Shandy were just fucking with Gale the whole time. We turned him in,
Communication's the one that kills things.
we turned him into a sheep and started throwing him around. Yeah, as a
Look
line,
at 5e.
yeah, like firebolt, lightning bolt, which is also default subclass for game.
I guess you can't dare. Rapiers aren't as good.
School of Valor, I did hear, is really good for what you call it, but I'm just not as familiar with Rogue yet. Yeah, I have Gale as Paladin in my Dirge playthrough. Really? Wow. Honestly, I finally I literally I picked in my game I was a thief. Oh no, I think it was a rogue. I think I picked a rogue, and then like later on, I saw a big shout out to my friend Dark Dragoon, who he played. I think it's his second playthrough of Baldur's Gate, and he was a paladin. And I seen he had smite, divine smite. He was doing like 3 hits and double damage. So I was like, yo, I'm switching to paladin in my single run. And then I got to the hag, and we beat the hag pretty easily. And then like the hag was like, yo, don't kill me. I'll give you his boon. You know what I mean? Whatever. So I took the boon, and as soon as I did that, a booming voice said, "You fucked up. Like, you broke your oath." And like at the end of the day, I'm like, we gotta discuss this shit. And I was like, wait, what? And it was like, oh, you're Oathbreaker Paladin and shit? I was like, yo, I don't even know what that means, but that sounds not great. But like, honestly, Baldur's Gate is so much fun. But yeah, no, I don't know. I would like to go back to like my town and try maybe get like some plot hooky stuff for us, but like let me get this straight though. Next
It's just far away.
Yeah, I know. Maybe we do find some portal or something. But like what I'm thinking is
travel on foot.
yeah. What I'm thinking is like we're going to fight some giant demon, right? Like some demon place?
Yeah.
Like because
Maybe
the monks
if we
want
choose
us to.
Well,
Not because the monks want us to.
in the town, yes, currently in the town, we are going to go fight whatever creatures are up in the belt and hopefully get rid of them.
Hmm.
Yeah.
What those creatures are, I know, but can't say or won't say.
You know.
Don't know. I know because I've looked at more say on the Wikipedia and know what's going on.
Oh, so this is actually like a thing, like DNAP's
This
not
is
making
a
it up?
more thing. I know exactly what's going on.
Is it
And,
CR18?
Probably not.
Okay.
A monk of Mistra, but needs magic, yeah. No, the DD definitely called us out on that shit. It was, oh no. Oh no, that's not gonna work. Oh no, that's bad. Oh god, this is so bad.
So why is there a thing covering your screen every so often?
Because there's something wrong with my fucking graphics card, I think, and it's causing screen tearing.
No, I think it's a poorly.
No, because it happens to all
Yeah.
my games. When I was playing Baldur's Gate the other day, half the models were doing that too.
Yeah, I don't think it's like. It's not anything insanely strong, or shouldn't.
No, there's like artifacts. There's artifacting on one thing. Like when I play Dota, like a one creep will do that, and it blocks half the screen. And until I kill it, it'll do that shit. Like I've got to get a new graphics card because I feel that's what's happening with it. But like it might be something else, but I have a feeling it's that. Because like I have to reset the game sometimes and then it'll work again, but like it happens. It's happened multiple times. So it's not like like oh this game. Like no, it happens to all my games.
Okay.
Oh
Yeah,
wow.
He was asking me about what I can and can't one shot. And ways to stop overbeing.
Can I zoom in?
I mean, he could technically put whatever he wants up there, but in terms of what
No, I can't.
lore-wise up there is not that.
Okay, cool. My mind says rock.
Now, in terms
It's
of
tougher.
what's supposed to be up there and what he could
Yeah,
interpret
what's
that
there.
the cause of that being is something else. But
Yeah,
Shit.
and what he wants to do.
I mean, he's the DM. He can do whatever.
Probably what? Leave, go to the place where you got the note, and then fuck knows what happens with it.
Yeah, that note was kind of weird too. What the fuck was all that about?
It's a good note.
That's a good. It was a good note. It was a good creepy note.
Yeah, I'm very excited about
The
it.
screaming. I can't stop the screaming. I'm like, wait, huh?
I mean, technically, we have like at some point the ghosting or the ghosting grave. Like we have no way of knowing how. Like because the ghosting grave isn't an actual unit that exists anywhere.
It's a ghost.
We don't like. I couldn't even say when we should go try to find it. Is the issue because it's not an
Yeah, just do
actual
whatever.
unit that exists. And, which I guess DNAP would need to add a story hook when he thinks we're strong enough to fight it.
Yeah, I mean, because
Okay.
like we haven't really done a lot of fighting, or like, are we doing milestone leveling,
Yeah.
or are we doing?
We are.
Yeah.
Okay.
XP leveling is really because
It works okay if you treat it as being 60 experience a level.
Hmm.
and certain things just give an XP point. You have to do 60 things to give an XP point.
You go with 3. If it's CR plus 1, it's 4. CR plus 2, it's 6. CR plus 3 is 8. And then if it's really low, you do 1. Because the experience that you get from monsters goes up as you get levels. And it ends up being, on average, 13 encounters. Which includes things like traps and whatnot.
Yeah.
So just always treating it as 60 lets you scale it up, because no matter what, you get like 4 experience for an encounter. Lets it work with most of how things
Yeah,
work.
but just like basic XP.
Don't want this
He's really
motherfucker
good.
now.
Because you just end up where it's
Our DM has expanded dragon lore, so a red and white dragon breed and create pink dragons, which hoard jokes, riddles, and songs. So a joke he's never heard could save a whole fight, which I think is hilarious. I mean, let's be real about things. A joke in real life can save your ass in plenty of situations. A well-timed chortle could save your life. I completely believe in that. But yeah, no, that is actually pretty awesome. And I mean, I think it's
that's the beauty of homework.
yeah.
The DM can just be like, I have this interesting idea.
Mhm.
Do it.
I completely wholeheartedly believe in that kind of stuff. Like, I think a DM has the right to make anything the way they want to, or make it more or less the way they have it envisioned. And you know, if they have it, if they have that vision, if they have that story to tell, then I'm fucking completely wholeheartedly down to hear it.
Yeah, I mean, like the origin of the campaign was like, oh, I don't remember what the example he used was, but it was just like, it started out as, oh, we just,
This is the
we ended up in hell somehow, after figuring out a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, and honestly, like D Nap, when he invited me, he was just like, yeah, I just want to make, I actually want to do a campaign and not just WoW. Why is it even getting worse? And he's like, I want to make a real, like a campaign, but everyone's like built characters for fight.
Or my internet's dropping back now.
Ooh.
Maybe but I mean, basically the origin is literally just like, oh, we signed a contract to get a demon or to get a wish.
Oh, was that what it was?
Yeah, Arim was gonna wish to be a dragon.
And so it ends up being, that's why we're in this like fight pit thing, is we sign a contract with a demon to get dead.
Oh wow, I didn't know that. Let's go! I couldn't even fucking see it! Oh my god! Oh my god! Yeah, no, it was so good because like he literally like whispered in my ear. He's like, "Listen, everyone like is doing like made like fighting characters, people strictly for fighting and shit. Like I want you to like actually make a full-blown character because we're gonna turn this into like a real story." And like I was like, "Oh, I'm so down for that." So like when I actually got into it, like everyone else has been fighting this whole time. They've been in hell this whole time, and then then I just kind of show up, and that's what I'm saying. Like at a woo, that's what I'm saying. Like at a certain point, they're like, all right, so like I have no idea what's going on, and I don't know anybody, so it's kind of like a fish out of water story on like multiple levels. And I thought it was really clever. And the first part of the story, we're doing like more like deep, dark shit. Now, I mean, it's more open.
Don't worry, there's still dark stuff.
Oh, I can tell. Whatever fucking ate Thrain and made us all forget that Thrain existed? Yeah, I can tell that something's going to happen.
I wonder if that was just, like, if Enap and Nick said...
Just didn't want to do it anymore?
Have a kill Thrain and instead just, like, disappeared.
Well, I mean, because, like, I didn't think we were actually going to kill Thrain. Like... Like, if you guys know,
we're gonna kill Oatmeal again.
Shandy, like,
I mean, whatever Rock ends up doing is kind of like,
yeah,
Rock might kill Thrain.
Yeah, like Shandy, one of our characters is kind of like this murder hobo, like lion folk dude, and like he's kind of been, I'm not gonna lie, he's just kind of been like, he just kills people or cause trouble. And at a certain point, he was just gonna kill an NPC, and we're all like, kind of like we didn't really want that to happen. And one of our characters was like, "Yeah, I don't think we can I don't want to really work with him anymore." And our barbarian kind of dude was just like, "All right, well, that I took that upon myself to say like that means that we're gonna fight him." And then like the whole other woo, let's go, and the whole like thing ended up going like we're gonna like fight the next session, and we didn't end up fighting, but something came out and attacked him, and when it attacked him, it made everyone forget that he was ever in our party and ever did anything with us, that he ever existed. So like everything that we came up to that point with him, we're just like, it's like gone. So we're like,
we have to fill in.
Yeah, we have to fill in the blanks of what he did in the story from before.
Your memory was flushed out, and that person is just a blur.
Khajiit voice? No, it's not racist to do Khajiit voice. Khajiit's a real thing.
Well, I mean, it kind of depends on what you mean by Khajiit voice. If by Khajiit voice
Desargo.
Indian, then maybe, but like...
Desargo knows what Desargo needs. Like that's fine. Everyone knows what Desargo. Everyone likes Desargo. He's cool. He's cool people. Good thing I could see the ball through the fucking.
Yeah, and where characters are.
Oh fuck. I mean, they basically are, but definitely race. I mean, I don't know. So far, I think only myself and the Ranger knows what it is. Wait, you know what did it, Orain?
Yeah.
You know what that thing was that fucking ate him and made us forget who the fuck he was?
Yeah.
Wow.
I as me know what it is.
Yeah, I 100% expect.
I, as Orain, have a different idea that leads to a similar place, which is a bit unfortunate, but should still be fun.
I mean, honestly, when that happened, I was like, what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck just happened?
I know that he knows.
That literally freaked me out. Ooh, let's go. I have to reset after this. This is not gonna work. Oh my god. And it's just that pillar. It's just that one pillar.
Because if you follow D&D stuff, you know what it is.
Oh,
It's a D&D thing?
D&D counter,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's a great plot hook, honestly.
So don't follow any D&D stuff.
I don't know. Does it seem like Nick gave a fuck that much, really?
I mean, I would slightly be surprised if Nick even started playing again, because I felt like he was kind of checked out.
I mean, he was mostly checked for me personally, and I like him, so I'm not disparaging him or anything like that. But he was mostly checked out all the time. I don't remember a single session where he was like really talking that much to begin with, and when he's talking, he's just causing fights.
Yeah, I think Nick.
Like I think he just wanted to be part of the group, but like it didn't feel like he was like contributing to the story or doing. Anytime somebody started doing stuff, he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna kill that guy. I'm gonna fight that dude. I'm gonna kill the NPC." And it's like, I mean, okay, but it's like, you know, are you?
Yeah, that was the character that he made for the Battle Royale.
Yeah, and that's why like I
carrying
understood
it over into.
The
an
thing
actual
that
campaign.
doesn't really fit.
Yeah. And I mean,
Well, like,
again, I'm not knocking him.
Checked out is just kind of how Nick plays, because even in the other campaigns we've played with Nick before, until it's something with his character actually going on, he's kind of just like, I feel like half watching, half listening,
Yeah,
and then tunes in when it's his character.
that's what it kind of felt like. It's like he's not really engaged in the story.
But I think it was also more so, there was like just nothing to do with Frank. Like,
Yeah, with his skill set.
I mean, he could have done stuff. He could talk to people and do shit.
no, he can't.
Kind of. He can definitely intimidate people.
Oh yeah, it's like that.
Like, to a degree, there was
Shit.
Rock and Thrain fill the same role.
Well, it looks like Rock is more of a.
Slightly more versatile.
Rock seems
Yeah.
more of a meathead, where Thrain actually seemed like he came from some kind of warrior culture. That's why I thought it was
Which is what he
interesting.
did.
Yeah, when they did the
But
flashback stuff, that was interesting. I wanted to know more about that.
The difference is that Thrain didn't have any outs from it.
No, it's not a furry
Rock
campaign,
had outs.
but it was like everyone. Initially, the whole campaign was built around just arena fighting. Like, make a monster, make a character, and just fight monsters. So everyone initially made these really beefy, like 8 foot tall warrior monster
One of them
people.
No, none of them are 8 foot tall because 8 foot tall.
How,
people are-
how big is fucking?
Specifically, Rock is 7'11.999.
That's what I'm saying. Rock's big, Thrain's big.
Yeah.
Like,
Also, there was only ever 2 creatures that were like furry. But
Wait.
also, playing animal-like creatures, I don't think is like a weird thing.
well, I don't think it's weird, but I'm just
yeah,
saying.
no, this game is probably furry. Is what they're
Yes. Almost certainly.
So like again, like that's why like when I got into the game, I wanted to make a character that could fight, but also have more RP.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to have more RP. Because coming off of things like watching like Critical Role and D20 and shit like that, I did like that. I do like that aspect of Dungeons and Dragons and tabletop role playing games. So I was definitely interested in doing that. So like,
Yeah, Orion's been a conniving asshole.
she's
I mean,
Oreen, yeah. Oreen's like a little, like a 4'11" dragonling type
Orien
lady.
is like 2'10".
2'10". That's even worse. And like I don't know,
I mean,
Carrick.
Oreen is like the size of a child. Like, it's literally the physical body of a child.
And like,
Yeah, one size category smaller.
and Carrick is
'Cause
like
that's
a
one of the
dog,
options.
a dog person.
Wait, so you are actually small?
I am small. I by default was a child, and then cut in half to be
What?
literally reduced in size by one size category, as if I was permanently shrunk.
Really?
Yeah. My
That's
person is a
wild.
scaled down humanoid because they are small. Because the point is that they were literally shrunk by the magic.
That's wild, actually. Oh, damn it, man.
I mean, for me, I just think Rougarou.
Yeah, they are.
Because when I found out about him, when I was making my character for the last campaign with Oatmeal, I was like, oh, this is a cool.
Oh, you talking about this? No, this is called Omega Strikers. This is actually one of the most original games I've played in such a long time. And I tell people who don't play MOBAs like Dota, this is a gateway to Dota. Because it's almost like a... Oh, we lost. It's a game that's built around... It's like 4 different things. It's
a hero shooter palm.
It's air hockey mixed with soccer, mixed with MOBA, mixed with I want to say wacky racers, or a game where you can knock people out. So like it's 3-on-3 air hockey, but every character, they have characters, and every character has their own abilities. Then not only do they have their own abilities, but then it's the whole thing about like the arenas themselves. You can knock people out of the arenas and they're dead for a certain amount of time. So you can use that strategy to like get a better advantage. And then like there's bumpers before you can score. So before you can just score into the gold, there's usually like things you gotta hit first. And then once you break both of those things, then you can just score into the gold. So like it's this like really interesting like mix. I know there's only like one cat girl. I think these 2 are demons. He's just crazy.
Lizard totally counts.
Mm-hmm.
So the lizard totally counts. I think that's rabbit.
Yeah, he's an alien. The car is an alien, I think.
The lizard counts.
It does count.
You can say that it's an alien.
I love counts. They got X, who I keep saying Axe because he just reminds me of X, but and the game has so much references to other fucking things in it, like JoJo's Bizarre Adventures and shit. Literally, he says X gonna give it to you and shit. X is like some like egotistical asshole, but he's like a big diesel ass. Like, where's the other? And then there's like a huge just emote game. This game has so many emotes because there's not a like voice chat, so people communicate so much through just like emotes. Like where's that one? But it's also super toxic, honestly, unfortunately, because at one point this game literally, like this game again, one of the most original games I've ever played. At a certain point, like the team who made the game said they were going to pivot into making a different game because this game wasn't selling enough, and it's a damn shame because it's such a unique and original game. And the problem is that how do you pivot into an original game after you've made a game so original? Like, I can't think of another game that does